We're going to be comparing some moves in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and how they actually look in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, because surprisingly, Sparking Zero actually took a lot of stuff from Xenoverse 2 when it came to the inspiration of how to do these attacks. I'm going to be starting off with Stardust Breaker because that move just looks so damn beautiful, and it's one of the more recent moves in Xenoverse 2. They actually updated it so it would look more like it does in the movie, and Sparking Zero again naturally follows the way it does look in the movie. Now both versions actually look great, but I've seen a lot of people say they actually prefer the Xenoverse version, and people like don't argue with them afterwards, right? And it's weird. Imagine saying you like something in Xenoverse 2 more than Sparking Zero, you get crucified anywhere else. But the way like Stardust Breaker is done at the end of the combination of blasts in Xenoverse 2 is extremely tasteful. Again, they don't have the impact frames that flash the entire screen like Sparking Zero's does, but they do actually manage to replicate the effect very well as having the blue flames burst from the attack. I think that's a bit more natural for the move since it's coming from a Super Saiyan Blue character. It does make more sense to have like a blue explosion or blue flames, right? DBS Broly, I know the original movie had the flames be like actual fire, but that's just kind of weird if we're being honest. However, the Sparking Zero version of Stardust Breaker looks absolutely phenomenal. For me, it's gonna take the cake because one, it's like Stardust Breaker in general is just one of my favorite like attacks in like all of fiction. Like it doesn't matter which anime we're talking about. I actually like Stardust Breaker. Like it's probably my second favorite attack in all of fiction. Kamehameha is definitely like first place. But Stardust Breaker just looks so well done in Sparking Zero with the way like the particles and like stars and like the energy and stuff like that coalesces into like the rainbow colored orb. But like the massive like wind effect it makes when it pushes past like out of Gogeta's hand and it hits the enemy, creating like a spiral of like colors and like lights, and then like all of that like shines brightly into an impact frame that darkens the whole game into a massive explosion. Again, to me the Sparking Zero one is better. Let me know what you guys think actually while we're going through all of these moves. But this one is just too beautiful. I just like this one way too much. I think Sparking Zero takes the cake for me when it comes to the Stardust Breakers. It just looks so beautiful. Next is a pretty easy one for Sparking Zero, so we'll start off with Xenoverse 2's version of Super Kamehameha. Now, I don't know how else to say it, like there's literally no way I could sugarcoat it. Xenoverse 2 Super Kamehameha is the exact same one that was in Xenoverse 1, and even in Xenoverse 1, it wasn't really the most grandiose looking move. It's just supposed to do its job. It's supposed to be a reasonably quick ultimate attack that you can do big damage from any distance or any combo really while the move is active. And because of that, the move sacrifices a ton of style points. Again, don't forget Xenoverse 2 does suffer from the fact that the entire game is live action. Like, not Dragon Ball Evolution live action. Like, the entire game is moving the whole time. So you can't really let moves be super cinematic like this. You just have to, you know, make them work. And for the most part, a lot of Xenoverse 2 moves don't even work even with this live action stuff taken into account. And unfortunately, Super Kamehameha is one of those moves that doesn't really look great. And then also the whole game is moving at the same time, so it suffers a lot. But the Sparking Zero version of Super Kamehameha, and let me say this when I say this, there are a lot of different Super Kamehamehas in Sparking Zero. Whereas Xenoverse just has 2 Super Kamehamehas, both of them look the same. The only difference is that one goes on Gogeta, and it gives him a power boost when he uses it. The ones in Sparking Zero, however, come in many shapes and sizes, and I think I will use Super Saiyan 2 Gokus and Super Saiyan 2 Gohans as an example, because those Super Kamehamehas are peak Kamehamehas. We have been needing Kamehamehas for the longest time in Dragon Ball games that are just shamelessly wide, massive beams, right? The moment the Super Kamehameha hits in Sparking Zero, it just creates like a giant blue like wave, and then it turns into like a shot of the character from behind while the beam progressively destroys everything in front of it. It reminds me of the way Dragon Ball Legends does Kamehameha like ultimates a lot actually. So I think they've learned a lot, again, from multiple other Dragon Ball games. They've been able to pull lots of inspiration for Sparking Zero, and you can see how much it helps, because the way they do Kamehamehas all the time in Dragon Ball Legends is kind of the way they do it in Sparking Zero, and because of that, Sparking Zero easily takes the cake over Xenoverse 2 when it comes to how Super Kamehameha looks. Now this one's another hard one, but I'll start with Sphere of Destruction this time from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now in Sparking Zero, Sphere of Destruction, again, it looks the way it does in the anime. It even takes a lot of cues from Xenoverse 2 of the way the orb comes back towards Beerus before it actually goes forward. Whereas in the anime, it's just immediately over his head, right? And then Beerus throws the orb forward, he fires a finger blast like he does in the movie, which ignites it, and boom. Again, this is a move that gets referenced in Fighters as well, with the fact that he can shoot the finger blast into it to increase its power. And Xenoverse 2 also allows a similar mechanic where you can drop Beerus' second ultimate, Full Power Energy Wave, or his first super attack, God of Destruction's Anger, into the attack as well. It doesn't make it explode or make it do any more bonus damage, but it does stack the damage of 2 attacks together into one. So I think that's pretty useful. And even though it's going to sound crazy to say, I think Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero both do this move extreme justice. And yes, Sphere of Destruction was also just like Super Kamehameha in Xenoverse 1 from the very beginning. However, the move just looks so naturally good with the way they designed it that it still looks awesome today, even in Xenoverse 2. Yes, the move is very slow in Xenoverse 2 and it's kind of hard to use it, but I think the move genuinely like just still holds up in appearance. Like, it's just a very cool looking ultimate attack, you know? I love the way the fire effects on the ball look. I love the explosion effects of the ball especially. Like, again, not to try and like talk smack about Sparking Zero, but Sphere of Destruction is just like a big fireball in Sparking Zero, right? Like, its effects are like barely different from Supernova, and then the explosion of the ball itself isn't like a unique explosion either, it's just a bunch of fire particles. But Xenoverse 2 actually has entirely unique effects for its Sphere of Destruction, so it's gonna sound, yes, it's gonna sound really weird to say this, but I think Xenoverse 2 does the move as good as Sparking Zero. I'm not going to say better, because I think Sparking Zero has a lot more going for it, especially with the fact that Beerus shoots the extra blast in the move, right? And again, the cinematic angles of Sparking Zero is great, but Xenoverse 2 does capture those exact same angles as well, so it's not like, you know, one is beating the other. I think these are tied. Sphere of Destruction and Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero both look gorgeous in my opinion. And now onto Dragon Fist. The Dragon Fist, again, is another one of those moves that looks great in both games. However, there's a slight edge in Sparking Zero over Xenoverse 2. And I will start with Xenoverse 2's version of Dragon Fist this time. Xenoverse 2's version of Dragon Fist is that once you land the first kick, you get the pose where Goku throws out the punch, and then you explode into a dragon that goes through the player. Now, the Dragon Fist is more so of a reference to the one that hits Omega Shenron, because it just goes straight through you, rather than the big one that like kind of like burns you up your entire body. So I'm not sure, they kind of like just mixed the two Dragon Fists together, but either way it works, it looks great. Seeing the dragon's model in game is also just really beautiful. The fact that the dragon chomps down on the enemy first, then passes all the way through them, then the player character emerges in like a form of light and strikes that pose. I wish it was the pose Goku used actually in Wrath of Dragon, but either way, Dragon Fist still in Xenoverse 2 looks great. And unlike all the other Xenoverse moves actually, this one is introduced in Xenoverse 2 rather than Xenoverse 1, so there's a reason why it looks that good. But the Sparking Zero one, I must say, is quite phenomenal. So of course the attacks leading up to it are cooler, and then Goku's pose isn't as striking, I will say, when he does the Dragon Fist, but the dragon itself looks leagues better, and it's traveling towards its enemy looks really, really cool. The way it hits the enemy and they burst into like a bunch of flames, and then Goku hits the end pose when he's coming out of the ultimate attack too. All of that combined looks way too gorgeous, so I will have to give the edge to Sparking Zero on this one. I would say realistically they're probably almost even, but Sparking Zero just beats Xenoverse 2 out when it comes to Dragon Fist for me. And the last one is Sword of Hope. Now, I'm not covering all the ultimate attacks in this video, just the ones that intrigued me. And Sword of Hope is a very special one, because again, in Sparking Zero, it just looks gorgeous. How could Xenoverse 2 even compare? Well, Xenoverse 2 compares by the fact that it's basically just another transformation, and that makes these moves actually kind of hard to compare because they're almost not the same attacks anymore. But in Sparking Zero, you know, obviously initiate the slashes that Trunks uses in the anime. You jump back and absorb the Spirit Bomb energy, which leads into the stab, and then the slash that cuts the enemy in half. It looks really cool. There's a giant explosion of light too, just like the way there was in Fighters as well, if I recall. But Xenoverse 2's one is really, really cool, because even though there's no explosion of light when you do the final slash, it's just a second transformation. After you activate the final Hope Slash, or again, the Sword of Hope, you can then move left, right, forward, back. You even have a defense move by using like a spin attack that has iframes that gets enemies off of you. You can use the light attack to do like a combo, the heavy attack to do the stab, and these just combo into each other, so it's basically its own separate moveset. While your key gain rapidly drains, however, you have a limited amount of time before you can finally release the final Hope Slash in the move, and that is the damaging part of the move. It does end the transformation slash ultimate attack when you use it, but it's the really big damaging part. And because of the super unique gameplay of it, it makes them very hard to compare, to the point where I almost want to say it's a tie, but again, Sparking Zero's version of the move just looks so goddamn gorgeous. Maybe in a future Dragon Ball game, because it's kind of too late for Sparking Zero to do this, but Final Hope Slash would make actually a really good like transformation replacement move. Xenoverse 2, honestly, it laid some awesome groundwork, but Sparking Zero didn't want to follow it that time, so that's quite unfortunate. However, I think this is a good place to end the video. Again, let me know what you guys think of all your favorite moves in the comment section down below. Let me know what other moves you would like to see compared. But in general, let me know if there's also any moves that, you know, maybe I was wrong on them, right? Maybe you like Xenoverse 2's version of Super Kamehameha more, but I like Sparking Zero's version more. Maybe you like Xenoverse 2's version of Sword of Hope as well more. Honestly, I'm almost gonna say that Xenoverse 2's version of Sword of Hope is almost better than Sparking, just for the amount of freedom you get with it. Like, from a gameplay sense, it's much, much cooler. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I think this is a pretty good place to end the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then obviously obviously, again, please leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe as it greatly supports the channel. And leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. Love you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Take care and peace.